Hi, Dr. Tanya here, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit right now about um, working on your mind and your thinking and your emotions and how you handle your emotions, because it's a big part of creating change, of breaking bad habits. And so, in the context of trying to quit an addiction or cut back on addiction, like drinking, cut back on drinking, you want to change some of your thinking that you've always been thinking. And it may feel uncomfortable for you to do that. And so, what I'm asking you to do here is to get out of your comfort zone and try something new that may not be comfortable to you. So, I want to talk to you today about the concept of sort of your own thinking and what goes on inside your head. And so all of us have this sort of inner dialogue where we're talking to ourselves or thinking, and sort of this constant ticker tape of things that I'm thinking. And so a lot of times we might have a discussion with ourselves inside our head. And I'm not talking about a psychotic process. I'm talking about just regular inner dialogue where we talk to ourselves. And so I think of the old cartoons where they have a picture of like a devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other shoulder, and they're talking to each other, something to that effect. But I'm going to introduce 4 different characters in the inner dialogue here. And here are the 4 different characters. Um, they are the critical parent, the nurturing parent, the wounded child, and the wonder child. And so these 4 voices, I'm going to ask you to notice inside your head. And so what do I mean by that? You might be most familiar with the critical parent voice, the I'm a terrible person. I can't believe I can't quit drinking. I'm so stupid. I'm such a loser. Nobody likes me. No wonder I can't stop drinking. I'm a terrible person. I haven't accomplished anything in life. That voice, that voice? Very critical. The critical parent is also the voice that attacks other people, like, you're so stupid and you're an idiot. And so a lot of times people who have a very loud critical parent are their number one person, their critical parent voice inside their head. The number one person they're critical to is themselves, but it also spews out onto other people. And so those kind of people are not fun to be around. We all have that critical parent voice inside. And so I'm asking you to notice that. Then there is the wounded child. And so the wounded child is also synonymous with the addict. The wounded child is the addict. The wounded child is the one who has found a solution to her problems, and it's drinking. And so it's like the baby drinking the bottle. Like they don't have any coping skills. All they know how to do is drink. So the wounded child is the one that uh, feels bad about herself. I'm a loser. Nobody likes me. And the critical parent is the one who agrees, yeah, you're a loser. Nobody likes you. So those 2 voices are very similar. There's the child, I'm a loser, and then there's the parent, yeah, you're a loser. So then the other 2 voices are the nurturing parent, which I also call the recovery self or the healing self, the higher self, the recovery nurturing parent. And that person says things like, you know what, you're doing the best that you can. You're doing better than you did yesterday. Today you got out of bed. Today you went to work. Today you made some phone calls and talked to some people. That's the nurturing parent voice, the positive, unconditional, positive regard. And that voice, a lot of times for people, is very small. It's the smallest one. And that's the one that's going to be critical in this piece of creating behavioral change in the mind and how you think, because we're needing to strengthen that nurturing parent muscle inside us to create change. Then the 4th voice that I was talking about is the wonder child. And the wonder child is what is created when the nurturing parent is strengthened. So the wonder child is actually essentially what happens when you're born, the child full of wonder that comes into the world, and it's just everything is amazing, and they giggle at silly things, and they're just happy, and their needs are met, and they get food, and they get washed, and they get held, and they get enough sleep, and this wonder child is just gurgling and just happy. This part in us, the part of us that's just joy, and this is also connected to the what fills your spirit. What what is that feeling of just having all your needs met and you're just completely happy and laughing? What's better than hearing a baby laugh? That piece of joy. And so that part in ourselves a lot of time has just been squashed and it's lost and we don't know where it is. And that wonder child is what we're trying to resuscitate, bring back to life. What brings that wonder? So I'm teaching these four concepts because I think these four ways of thinking, these four ways of framing our inner talk are very helpful when you're talking about addiction and creating change and how do we create change. Again, it's about strengthening the nurturing parent voice to bring out the creativity and joy in the wonder child. And it's about the nurturing parent being in charge and the critical parent going away and not being let out of the box, putting back in the box. We're not going to listen to the critical parent anymore. And the wounded child that's wounded, we're going to take care of that child and turn that child into the wonder child. And so the inner child that's wounded, we're going to take that child to the doctor that needs to go to the doctor. We're going to give that child enough sleep. We're going to give that child good food. We're going to, give that child uh, a wonderful environment to be in. Bring that child friends, meet that child's needs, figure out what are those child's needs that are not getting met, and get those needs met, and turn that wounded child into the wonder child. So stay tuned.